Hi, welcome to Perri Pierre Podcast. I'm your host, Perri Pierre. Our guest today is actress Javicia Leslie. Her latest film actually just dropped on Netflix entitled Wrote. Last month was the season finale of God Befriended Me on CBS, and more recently, she also had the movie Always a Bridesmaid on Netflix as well. When she's not acting, she likes to cook and she enjoys fitness. So Javicia, welcome. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to
Thank
have
you
you.
for having me.
Yeah. So amidst everything that's been going on, how are you feeling with the whole Corona pandemic and everything?
Internally, like presently for myself, I feel great.
Mhm.
As far as how I feel about the effect that it's having on the world,
Right.
there's obviously clear negatives, but I do see some growth and some positivity coming from this as well. So we'll see what happens on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So you were born in Germany, right? But you
Yeah.
grew up in Maryland. So how was the transition from Germany to Maryland,
Well,
or young
I
to?
had other places in between. So I
Oh,
was in
okay. Really?
Germany, and then we came to California because this is where my mom was raised.
Oh, okay.
Then I went to Miami because that's where my dad was raised, and then I came to Maryland. And so I feel like being my parents were in the army, so with
Oh,
that, it's allowed me to kind of adjust to wherever I'm at.
oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's
But I love Maryland. I think that Maryland is like the perfect place if you're looking for a state, specifically Prince George's County. If you're looking for a place to raise adult family and be surrounded by beautiful Black people, Maryland's a good place.
Yeah. I've only been there like two or three times, but yeah, I like Maryland too. In high school, you were part of different plays. You were doing theater. Is that when your passion for acting started?
Yeah, pretty much since I was a kid, it's been something I've been passionate about. But I
Oh,
didn't pursue it professionally until after I graduated from college.
oh, okay. And you went to Hampton University, just like your character in Always a Bridesmaid, I see.
Well,
Yeah.
that was kind of the opposite. Originally, Karina went to Howard University. And so I
Mhm.
asked Yvette Nicole Brown, who is the writer and producer of the movie, if we could change it to Hampton.
Oh, that's awesome. Was your major in college drama or like theater or anything related to
No, it's
acting?
business management.
Oh, it was business management.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, but you were probably still involved in different plays there. I saw you did August Wilson, who was like one of my favorite writers over there.
Yeah, his Seven Guitars play.
Oh, okay, okay. And then after you graduated, so you continued to pursue that passion for acting and theater, and then you found an agent. So how did all of that happen?
I moved back to Maryland. Well, I moved to DC for about 2 years. And while I was there, I kind of did a little bit of like a few things there. I did a commercial and a play and some hosting. And then I decided to move to California. I came here in 2012. I met my manager at a trade show in, I believe, May. And then I signed with her. And after that, she is who connected me with finding my agent.
That's great. And then like after you found your agent, obviously they sent you out to auditions. Like were you auditioning for like a long time before you were cast for the first time, or it was like you got found an agent and then like right away you booked something.
No, I think it's definitely been a journey. Auditioning, you just you, I don't know if I would say I was auditioning for a long time. I've always been booking things. I think that as time has gone on, the exposure has increased based off of the project. But I've always been doing stuff because I did web series and things like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I feel like for a lot of like young people that move to LA, usually they get discouraged. Like if they start auditioning, and then sometimes they would start, especially if they don't start, if they're not booking anything. But that's
Yeah,
great.
no, it's definitely a journey. It doesn't happen. It may happen right away. I can't say when it's going to happen. There's no specific method to this. It's just you do your best and you just constantly do your best, and you know.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would say too. But like, what kept you going? What kept you motivated? To continue to pursue this.
It's this
Especially
is
with.
what I
Mhm.
this is what I wanted to do. So it's not necessarily that I needed anything to keep me going and keep me motivated. This is my passion.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, I don't know. It's never been about there being a specific um okay, once I do this, then I know I'm good, or once I do this, then I'm good, I'm done. It's just, I just want to act. I just want to
Right.
perform. I just want to do the arts. Like, that's just my passion. I love it. So,
Well, okay. And so always a bridesmaid.
mhm.
So how did that happen? I've met Yvette Nicole before. I met her, I think 2 years ago at a NAACP Image Awards. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I saw she wrote it as well. So how did that happen?
It so there's a show called The Family Business that I'm a part of, and it's produced through Tridescent Studios with Indy Brown and Trey Haley, and Yvette Nicole Brown and Indy Brown
Hmm.
both went to are both from Cleveland. And so they grew up together. I think they either did middle school or high school together. And so I think the story is that they went and had lunch together, and Indy asked Yvette if she had any projects that she had written that she wanted produced, because they had a deal with BET, or they have a deal with BET right now. And so Yvette was like, actually, I have a project that I've been working on since I was in my 20s. And
Hmm.
yeah, like, I would love for you guys to take a look at it. They loved it. They picked it up. BET picked it up. And then, because I work with Tridescent, um, and also Yvette is friends with, or worked with, Brandon Michael Hall, who was the lead of God Friended Me. Um,
Hmm.
she kind of had the connection to me through Brandon, and then she had the connection to me through Tridescent. And so she reached out through both of them, and I'm like, heck yeah, it was an amazing script. She's an amazing writer, amazing producer, amazing actress. That Tridescent is an amazing team to work with. I still work with them for the family business. Like, it's just, it kind of just fell into place, and I think that that's kind of what ends up happening. The more you do things, the more connections you make in this industry, the more things start to, it's not going to always be the same process. So
Right.
that's one of the great things about, the more you work, the less of that same process that you see in the beginning. But I'm not saying that process goes away. I'm sure that
Hmm.
process still kind of has its place throughout your entire career. But there does become a point where it's like, oh, this person, that person knows you, they've seen your work is great. Let's just reach out to our manager. We don't need to go through all the. That's kind of what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, no, I watched the film. I think it was really, really great.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed, like, I think Yvette, she does pretty much everything. But family business, and that's on BET, right? That's
Uh huh.
yeah, that one you had to audition for.
Yeah, I auditioned for family business.
Oh, okay, okay. And then,
Hmm.
like, which season is it's in, like, the third season?
We're in our second season.
Oh, second season. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hmm.
So in between, like, booking stuff like that, big booking roles and stuff like that, what else, like, do you do to help you stay prepared? Obviously, like, if you receive a script, you study it, you prepare, blah blah blah. But what else do you do to help you stay prepared?
I'm constantly in classes. So even like right now, I'm in a class, and the class that I choose to take, it's something that kind of like consumes a lot of my day every day. So I'm constantly working on my craft. I'm
Hmm.
constantly learning through either studying or watching the classics, or watching actors act, and then
Yeah.
also just allowing other arts to influence me, whether it be the guitar or
Hmm.
painting or dance. I think the thing about being an artist is just about having inspiration from everywhere. For me, cooking is an art. So to be able to take recipes, and like, I'm gluten free, I'm dairy free, I don't eat meat. So it's like, to find these amazing recipes what I do is I go and I find amazing recipes at restaurants, and I make them cater to my specifications and the things that I can eat. And it's a lot of fun. So I would say pretty much everything that at this point in my life that I surround myself with, unless I'm just trying to literally break away from all of the arts and just watch reality TV. Everything else that I surround myself is pretty much geared in promoting my creative brain.
Oh, okay. So what are some of your favorite films, that you like to watch, whether classics or new films that have come out?
Okay. My favorite, I would say, classic film is, you know what? I actually I love Jones. That's probably one of my favorite Black cinema classic films. So it varies because I'm a psycho thriller person. I love psycho thrillers.
Oh,
Some of
okay.
my favorite psycho thrillers are I love Seven. Anything with a twist, anything that makes me go, oh, I did not expect
Yeah, I like
that.
Seven too.
Yeah, yeah. And then what else? There's some rom-coms that I love, but I love moody movies. Movies
Hmm.
that the coloring, that's what makes me love Jones so much, because I think it was just such a beautifully shot movie. I can't believe that's the only film that director shot, but yeah, that was one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Oh, like an amazing job by the DP. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes. What
amazing,
about
amazing job.
some of your favorite actresses or actors? Uh,
My favorite actors, I love Anthony Hopkins. He's probably my number one favorite. I love Forrest Whitaker.
mhm.
Definitely my number two. Um, some of my favorite actresses. I love Regina King. I love
Yeah, she's amazing.
Viola Davis. I love Kerry
Yeah.
Washington. I love
Mhm.
Natalie Portman. I mean, you know what? It's like everyone has what they're good at. And I love those artists for what they bring to the table. So it's not like I have a favorite.
Mhm.
I have favorites, but I don't really have a favorite because everybody just has something that they bring, you know?
Yeah. So you've been able to basically you've done theater, you've done TV, and you've done films. So what would you say are some of the differences in between those three, art form?
They're completely different. So it's um, theater's on stage, it's big, you know the audience is there. Theater is it's 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 not subtle because it's not supposed to be subtle. It's just very big and there. And then TV episodic, it's going to be repetitive, so you got to kind of be okay with that. So it's all about
Mhm.
it's very procedural. It's about making sure you say what's needed to be said in order for um, the audience to keep up with the storyline, and it's daily. It's weekly. It's a very procedural thing, and then your film is probably going to be your most creative space because it's very specific to each individual that is a part of the project. So the DP has a vision, the director has a vision, and the actor has a vision. And the best movies are when all three of their visions can come together beautifully. So they're very all different sources. Very different
Yeah.
sources.
But in terms of like getting ready for each one of them, which kind of like method do you usually use in terms of that, or you just like, it depends, just go with it.
So I would say I use the same process in starting a project the same way. I don't look at anything like, oh, this is theater, so now I need to do it differently than I would a film or a television show. And then as far as a specific method with a title, I wouldn't say that I follow a specific method. It's
Uh,
whatever I need to do to connect with the material.
okay.
But most of the time, it's more so just about making it mine, making it real.
All right. So what are you like your favorite genre? Like were you more into like drama, comedy, rom-coms, or like what's your ideal genre for you to play? Or like, if there would be a character that you would definitely like to play, which character would it be?
So my favorite genre is psycho thrillers. My I
What?
my favorite genre to play in. I don't think I have a favorite genre to play in. It's like that question is kind of like for they're like, because of what I've chosen to do, I feel like it gives me the access to do every genre. You know, that's the fun part about it. It's like, I don't have to choose. Like, I don't even have to choose a job because technically I can be I could be a cheerleader one day, a teacher another day, an action hero the next. So I don't necessarily, I love all genres. Like, I don't ever want to, I don't know. It's not, I love them all. And then if I had to pick a character to play, I want to play Storm.
From X-Men? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they have like a movie coming out next year, one of the from that series that's coming out next year. So what advice would you bring to like a young actress that's coming up, that want to move to LA or that want to become an actress? What advice would you give them?
Just continue to build on your craft. I think no matter what level of your career that you're at, our cups are always empty. They should always be empty. Because you're learning human experience. And I don't think that there is a capacity to human experience unless you've lived a million lives. Otherwise, in this one lifetime, there's no way that I can learn enough when it comes to human experience. So that would be my biggest advice: is continue to work on your craft.
Okay. And then you're very like active on social media. So how would you say like where would you put like the importance of social media right now in terms of getting cast in plays or in TV or in films?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I think that I think you can get cast in anything. You can get cast walking in the grocery store, you know? So there's plus and minuses to it all. Sometimes maybe if you're giving too much, if there's no mystery, so why cast you if they know everything about you? And I don't know. I have no real opinion about the social media and acting world because I think they're so separate. I think that I'm sure people are probably getting cast based off of their following or based off, but that depends if that's the project you want to do. I have no idea. I feel like the projects I've been a part of haven't cast based off of social media, unless they're just trying to fill a specific look. And then it's just like, well, let's look on Instagram because we need this specific look. But if you're just talking about, family business, we're cast based off of who fits the role. And, God friended me no one had a lot of followers, or no one was that active on social media. And Always a Bridesmaid, same thing. Like none of these projects I've been a part of yet have been cast based off of social media. And it's not to say I won't ever end up being a part of a project that's not cast that way or that is cast that way. But I don't know if there is a relation, and if there is, I don't know if I haven't intentionally walked into a project that is based in that type of measurement.
Right. Yeah. So was there ever a role that you auditioned for or even probably got a call back for that you didn't get and, that you really, really wanted? And, how did you like kind of like, let it go? I was like kind of like your process in that.
I mean, every role that I didn't get, I wanted. So there's never been a role that I didn't want that I didn't get. But you'd be surprised how many auditions we do. Like, you can do an audition a day in a week, So in a year, you can do up to 200 auditions. So it's just kind of like the name of the game. You don't really attach yourself after the audition, you let it go. And that's just what it is. It's not a process. You just have to, because you have to move on. If you get it, great, then you can live in it longer. But if you don't get it, then you've already moved on because you probably have already gotten another audition, or you have to go to work your regular job, or you have to work on set for the job you're at. So it's like, there's no real process to get past it. Just get past it. And that's literally my advice. I'm not going to baby anybody about that, only because that is the name of the game. Like, that is how you have to play. That's how it works. It sucks, but it's going to happen. 99% of the time you won't book. But that's just because that's how the numbers work. Like, it doesn't mean that you suck. It just means that you went out for so many jobs. That's why 90% of the time you won't book, you know?
Yeah.
And it's okay. I mean, commercials are different. Like, that percentage will be completely different. But theatrical, you can't book everything because you're not right for everything.
Right. So this episode is gonna be released on May 30th. I know it's your birthday, so
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what legacy do you want to live? Like, what do you want to be remembered by? You know, when this is all said and done.
That I was a woman of my word. That I literally left everything on the table. You know, I think that I don't want to look back, look down after I'm gone, or look over if I'm still here, but in another vessel. I don't ever want to look and say, dang, I should have just did that a little bit harder, or I should have gone a little bit stronger. I want to know that I left everything on the table. But I want to be in history books. So
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And what are the next projects that you're gonna be in? Like, what can we look forward to seeing?
Well, family business. We're still filming season 2, so it will be out.
All right.
Soon. But with COVID going on, we don't know anything.
I know. I see. Like, at first I saw that LA was closed for like 3 months, but now they starting to reopen stuff or something.
I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm studying and working on my craft and doing what opportunities I have to play these different lives and characters, and that's all that matters to me. Whenever we open, we open. Until then, I'll be here and I'll be at peace.
Okay, I'll be ready. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much again, and
thank you.
Take care and stay safe and stay healthy.
You too.